Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special edition of Checkup AZ. I'm Terry Olette, and I am very excited today because I have somebody that if you are a cancer patient, you may not have thought about seeking out a naturopath. But did you know there is such thing as a naturopathic oncologist? Yeah, he has a specialty. His name is Dr. Dan Rubin. He's naturopathic specialist and is a naturopathic oncologist, which I love. First of all, welcome.
Well, thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here because I have so many questions. So this discussion really is for women or people who have already been diagnosed with breast cancer. So let's talk a little bit about the process and what makes you different than some other people on our team. One of the first things we have to do as a breast cancer patient is gather our medical team behind us. Where does a naturopathic oncologist fit in?
Yeah, right at the beginning. Okay. Absolutely. In fact, that's the best time to see a board-certified naturopathic oncologist is right when you know. And sometimes people have already been seeing naturopathic doctors. Mm-hmm. You know, we're licensed as generalists as well, so we can run mammograms or ultrasounds or screening exams, and then you would have a referral to a board-certified naturopathic oncologist like myself as soon as possible because we want to jump in too. Right.
Yes.
Then. Even, pre-surgery, for instance.
Ah, okay. And what's very exciting to me as I've gathered my team and introducing naturopathic medicine, it was very welcoming, and it didn't used to be that way, right? It used to be two sides of the fence.
We spent over 2 decades working on this.
Yes, fighting that battle. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that now you can be part of a medical team, which is so important because for a lot of patients, myself included, when you start to go through this journey, there's a lot of, we'll just say things thrown at you, right? Yeah. Medications.
To mention the diagnosis and the impact that has when you hear you have breast cancer. Mm-hmm. There was a study done about 20 years ago. It was the Breast Cancer Patient Perspectives Project and the impact that had and people's reactions when they first heard it. And women were, able to tell their stories about that. So I can only imagine what that's like.
Yeah, it's overwhelming and it's very, very scary. So let's talk about what happens along this process and what you do differently than our medical team. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a lot, I know.
It is. It is stuff to unpack, but at the end of the day, it's really just looking at the same body, using a little bit different science. It's all science. It's all the same physiology. The body doesn't change just because you're in the naturopathic doctor's office. The lab tests are there to be run, and it's a way of approaching the body. I mean, in medical school, we do have different philosophies of the approach to the person with cancer, but utilizing science and looking at biology and what I like to say, the N of 1 or individual biophysiological terrain, that's how we approach it as a person with cancer. Why?
That comes from a medical perspective. From my perspective, I'm thinking, Dr. Rubin, I don't want to take all those medications. If I can avoid chemo, can I? If I can avoid radiation, can I? If I can avoid surgery, can I? I want to do the best I can and the safest I can for my body. Yeah. Is that the right perspective that you're coming from?
It's a question that needs to be asked if that's something that the patient feels like asking. And we're a safe place to ask that, but one of the great responsibilities of the naturopathic oncologist is to be aware of the data and to be a known member of the team so that we can have those discussions about chemotherapy, radiation, medications. Oftentimes, those are the right approaches. It doesn't mean that the person has to do that. They have a choice.
Right. But it's our body.
Yeah. And you have that discussion about what quality is, what quantity is, what they want out of things, recognizing that we're a member of the team and we offer things. We're not saying that this alternative has been clinically trialed to be similar in efficacy to, say, a medication, certainly not surgery, and certainly not radiation. We don't have those data. The idea is to have those discussions, but from a safe place perspective, a lot of women with breast cancer come in and say, I don't want to take this. And we say, well, why? And they might have read something on the internet or had a family member that had a different type of cancer and went through chemotherapy and didn't have a naturopathic physician along the way with them. And were able to really buffer some of those questions, create more relaxation about what they may need to or should go through.
in the discussions that I've had with you, and I'm just going to share that I've shared my personal story, and I've become a patient of Dr. Rubin, and I've shared a lot with you, and I've said, I don't want to take the medication. I've done the protocol. I've done what I feel in my case was best at that time, but that weighs heavy on my mind that I am a what they call HER2 positive, which means I am estrogen does not like me. It's basically what caused my breast cancer was too much estrogen. So I need to take a medication, they're telling me, to stop it. And there's a lot of side effects with that. But what you told me was that, first of all, let's find out if you should. Mm-hmm. And how do you do that? And why doesn't everybody else do that?
Well, one, if data and studies suggest that, yes, you should take an estrogen blocker. If somebody doesn't want to, looking at if they should means, well, number one, this could be bad for their heart, their cardiovascular disease. So we would
taking it or not taking it?
Taking it.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Some women need to have estrogen. I mean, having estrogen is healthy, but what we would do is an analysis of their hormones in their body, how they metabolize that, and we can't just look at hormones. I mean, to me, for somebody with cancer, that's incredibly short-sighted, is just to focus on that. So that's one difference between conventional and naturopathic medicine. I mean, it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Is there's so much more to you than just estrogen.
Ooh, that's good. And on that, I'm gonna end it right here because I have a lot more questions.
Okay.
All right. Okay. If you need more information about early detection is really the key, ladies. If you need more information and resources, you can visit abc15.com/checkup. I'm so glad you're joining us. I'm with Naturopathic Oncologist, Dr. Dan Rubin. He is Naturopathic Specialist, and we've been having a really interesting discussion about how naturopathic medicine fits into our treatment plan. And I said earlier, first of all, I don't know all the medical stuff. Yeah. Okay. I just know what I've been told on my diagnosis. HER2 positive. What exactly does that mean?
So that means that there's something HER, human epidermal receptor 2, because we have several of them. That's just an additional growth factor, like in addition to the estrogen receptor or the progesterone receptor. So when somebody is like triple positive, they would have estrogen receptor positive, progesterone receptor, and HER2 positive.
Oh, okay.
ER, or the estrogen receptor, is the one that receives the estrogen message.
Okay, which basically still means estrogen is not good for us, right?
Well, that's a statement that I'm not prepared to make. It might be good for the tumor, but it's certainly good for the woman.
I agree with you. Okay. It's all coming together now. It's making sense, right?
So physiologically, and what does a woman
because
need?
We need our
There's
hormones.
Lots of other parts to your body.
Yes.
You're not just breast cancer. You're so much more than that.
We are so much more than that, Dr. Rubin. Absolutely. Okay, let's talk about this because it is a little confusing. There are lots of different types of breast cancer. There's HER2 positive, double positive, triple positive, HER2 negative, double negative, triple negative. What's the difference?
The difference is whether or not the cancer cells express receptors for certain hormones or growth factors. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what it is. That you're either positive or you're negative. There's some in between. So let's say somebody is, quote, estrogen positive, but it's low at, say, 15%. So only 15% of those cells analyzed really express the estrogen receptor. So if the anti-estrogen is really the best that clinical medicine has to offer, what about the other 85% of the cells? What are we doing about those? And then when you use an anti-estrogen in that context, you are selecting out only the 15% of cancer cells that were sensitive to estrogen. The other 85%, they could grow. Are we changing diet? Are we changing the way we think, what we do during the day, how we sleep, how we breathe, getting oxygen, exercising, the toxicity? We know about plasticizers. We know about bisphenol A and phthalates and things in the environment that can stimulate the estrogen receptor very strongly. What about an organophosphate? What about pesticides? These things, this is what a naturopathic oncologist is going to look at, especially because it's not just estrogen that can stimulate the estrogen receptor, so can other things.
Okay, so that other 85%, that's what's in my brain right now. See, that's all that's stuck.
Big deal.
Who is looking at that then?
We are. That's why people come and see us, but they have to come and see us.
Okay.
And
is a medical oncologist looking at that? Okay.
They're not talking about that.
How do you find it? How do you look at it? How do you discover what my body's doing?
I do urine and blood and stool tests, and I look at the things that I can look at in you to say, like, hey, here are some things that are perturbed. And that's why getting to me or somebody like me earlier on is better, so we can say, hey, this is what you look like when you were diagnosed. If you've already gone through treatment, I don't know what you look like when you were diagnosed, so I don't know the terrain of your body and how you got that way.
Because it will change, right? Even if you, I came at you late. I'd already been through surgery and radiation, and it was really about the medication.
It's about awareness too, and that's why we're talking.
Yes, and this is thank you for saying that. This is so important. It's just taking this information that we're putting out today and deciphering it for yourself, making your own choices, because I am not here to tell you what to do. Neither are you. I know that. But just provide you with some.
This is a powerful time.
Absolutely.
We have choices. There's a lot out there in social media too that we help people cut through. We're not social media doctors.
Right.
We're in an office. We've been doing this for decades. We're specialists. We understand that. My office is on a hospital campus right next to the cancer center. That's important for people to have confidence. So is reputation.
Right.
So
let's talk about some of your patients that you treat. And I want to know, give me some ideas. You have told me about a woman who came to you, some 19, 20 years ago. And tell me what she was diagnosed with and why she came to you and where she's at today.
she had a very aggressive breast cancer, which happened to be estrogen receptor positive, but that wasn't the big issue. I remember she came to my office, she puts her papers down on the table and says, I'm not doing anything conventional. Figure it out, right? And so I talked to her for about 90 minutes and I said, I can treat you, but if I'm the only one that treats you, I think you'll die soon, because her cancer was so aggressive. There was so much to look at. It wasn't just the receptor status, but it was the intricacies. And we're talking 2 decades ago.
Right.
So we've come so much further in understanding the intricacies of the cancer cells themselves. So narrating the pathology report, dissecting the intricacies, and teaching her. One of the highest precepts of naturopathic medicine is doke re, or doctor as teacher. So I educated her, and she ended up doing chemotherapy, which I helped save her life. She saved her life because she made the decision.
Yeah.
Then she comes to me and she says, all right, buddy, my turn. I'm not doing radiation and I'm not taking tamoxifen. And I said, okay. And we figured it out from there. And I just talked to her a couple months ago.
Yeah. And that was 19 years ago. Yeah. And she's still with us.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a great story. At any time, can you work with any breast cancer diagnosis?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And we do. I imagine we've seen them all and seen the gamut in almost 29 years of practice.
Do women come to you? I know it's best to be there at the very beginning, and it makes perfect sense to get that blueprint of their body, and I totally get that. But your practice is still being discovered, right? Yeah. And somebody finds you maybe years into their treatment plan. Can you still help them?
Oh, yes. Well, people are aging. People want to have anti-aging. So if this is somebody who's, say, been through conventional medicine and maybe they're 3 years on an anti-estrogen, so maybe they're 4 years into their diagnosis, maybe they're not the same person that they were. They can't exercise as well or think as well. Their sleep is disrupted. Their diet is problematic. Maybe they have interpersonal relationship issues. Like I said, they're a lot more than just that drug and that breast cancer diagnosis.
Do me a favor, give everybody your website.
It is listenandcare.com.
And that pretty much says it all. All right, you need more information, be sure and check out abc15.com/checkup. And I'm sitting with Dr. Dan Rubin. He is a naturopathic oncologist, but he is also the founder and creator of Naturopathic Specialists in Scottsdale.
Yeah, that's our clinic.
We have learned so much from you throughout the last 20 minutes or so. I am fascinated by the fact that naturopathic oncology now has a place in medicine and has come so far. Let's talk a little bit about the types of treatments that you offer, because I can't even pronounce half of them and I don't even know what they mean. When I look at your website, which is listenandcare.com, I want to know, let's talk about some of these treatments and what are they doing for me as a breast cancer patient?
Yeah. We could start with nutrition. And as a person with breast cancer, then we're optimizing how you feed your body and how to reduce inflammation when you put that food in, because we all have to eat.
Right.
And part of eating is also not eating, which is fasting, or maybe it's timing your eating and how much you eat and the type of food, and whether it's based on blood type or a very specific diet that we want. And sometimes that seems like soft medicine, but it's actually incredibly powerful because it's all the time, every day.
Food is medicine.
Yeah, food is medicine, absolutely. And then we get a little bit fancier. We start talking about botanical medicine, which might be pills, it might be tinctures, ways that we can use plants, but plants are incredibly powerful. We share the earth with plants.
You asked me a lot about essential oils. Would I be willing? And it's part of in your survey, the paperwork. How do essential oils play a role in your treatment?
Well, they do, and so we use a lot of inhaled, where scents and diffusers, and because they can help with mood, with sleep. I mean, mood's a big deal,
right?
When somebody has breast cancer,
sleep is a big deal.
Okay, so sleep is the new thing, right? And I think for some decades, people are like, "Oh, I'll get to that later. I got to work." And
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah, exactly. That was a saying, and we now see we always knew that people needed to sleep, but people were willing to put other things, in front of sleep. So that's lifestyle medicine. Then we can get to there's supplementation. We have licenses to prescribe like RX, like through pharmacies. We can prescribe breast cancer medications.
Okay.
We can, if they're necessary. We can antibiotics, different drugs. I mean, there's very few things that a naturopathic physician in the state of Arizona is not allowed to prescribe, like antipsychotics, but that's not my specialty. Why am I going to do that?
Right.
I can't prescribe chemotherapy. Why would I even do that, right? Because I'm a medical oncologist. And then we get to certain types of intravenous and injection therapy, whether it be something immunostimulatory, but it's not just about boosting the immune system. That's been the buzzword, still is for decades, but it's about very specifically analyzing the immune response and then boosting it where it needs to be boosted, just pushing it and then retesting it, making sure you're not going overboard, making sure it's in line, because we know somebody who's surviving breast cancer, that's our last defense against breast cancer. Right. It's our first. So if somebody got the tumor and has diagnosable disease, there was a failure along the way. But then we need to make it better. So you have to test. You can't just take stuff. You can't just do stuff. Then we have intravenous therapy. And you came to the clinic and you saw one of the sort of fancier ones, which is called EBOO, which we got our machine a couple years ago, back in 2023, when nobody really knew what it was. And a lot of clinics now have EBOO, but it's called extracorporeal blood oxygenation and ozonation, where you really cycle the blood through a machine, probably about half your blood volume in a typical 50-minute procedure. And it's all a closed system. You cycle it through, you add oxygen, you add ozone, you shine various spectrums of light, including full spectrum light, on all the blood cells that are moving through the machine. It's shining sunlight on your blood.
Wow.
It is wow. That's why I love it.
And I'm gonna simplify that because I actually saw it being done, and your blood is going out one arm, going through the machine and going back in your other arm. But this machine, as you mentioned, there's even a canister for toxic waste.
Yeah. There is some filtrate that comes out in most people. And thank you for mentioning that. If we get enough of that filtrate, we can actually send it for toxic analysis to see not only what somebody had in their body, but guess what? We just got that out of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just mind-boggling. And it's really mind-blowing. And I'm so excited that...
So can I make one comment?
Yes, please.
Some people may be saying, I just had lymph nodes removed from my arm. I can't do that treatment. We can, because we can also use leg veins. And
okay,
so, yep.
Good to know, because if you've had lymph nodes removed, there's a lot of things that can't be done on that side of the body. Yeah. Very quickly, I want to talk a little bit about insurance, because naturopathic medicine isn't covered by insurance. Are portions of it covered by
Portions are, yes. There are some doctors who have opted into certain insurance plans in the state of Arizona who you can get your visits covered.
Okay.
But I would say as long as our patients have private insurance, most or almost all of the lab testing that we do, even some of the kind of like fancier lab testing, more off the cuff, are covered by their insurance plans.
Okay.
And it really helps because it allows us to do that continual assessment. It's not just looking at the blood once or the urine once. It's watching patterns.
I have to go pretty soon, and I want to say one thing really quickly. You made a comment earlier because we were talking about insurance and the cost, and women will spend hundreds of dollars getting Botox in their hair done.
But you could come to a naturopathic physician and take care of your insides as well. for that cost.
See, that's exactly what we're talking about. All right. Really good information. One more, and this is a big one. Are you, and this is what I've discovered, are you finding that more and more women under 40 are being diagnosed? And can they come to you if they feel they're not being heard by their doctors?
Oh, they should come to us if they're not being heard by their other doctors. And we're doctors. And what's our website? Listen and care. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it says it all. Your website really does says it all. Dr. Rubin, it's been a pleasure and an honor, not only meeting you, but getting to know you and having you a part of our Sonoran Living show and part of this streaming. And I encourage anybody who has any questions to reach out to him directly. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And of course, if you need any more resources or information, we're building it. It's growing. All you have to do is visit abc15.com/checkup.